Good afternoon. My name is Alan from Enduro Engineering, and today we're going to show you how to change a tire, one of the most feared maintenance items within the dirt bike industry. Everybody wants to have new fresh rubber for big roost, but they don't want to have to change the tire. So we'll show you a few tricks today. First thing we're going to do is loosen up the rim lock. We want to leave the nut on, but have a lot of slack in the rim lock itself. Then we're going to want to use a valve core remover. And we'll reach inside the valve stem and we're going to pull that valve core out to release all the air out of the inner tube. Couple tire irons. The brand really doesn't make a big difference. These are nice because they have some nice plastic handles on them to get a firm grip. We always want to make sure that we start and end your tire change at the rim lock. So we're going to put a tire iron on each side of the rim lock to fold that first bead up. We're going to work that around. Then the difficult part sometimes is getting your hands in here to get the tube out. So if you kind of pull the wheel up, pull the tire out a little bit, you don't have to worry about getting the entire tube out. You can just pull it part way out. Then you can take another tire iron and come in from the back side and peel the entire tire and tube off. It sometimes helps to have a hammer. Just tap on the bead and off it comes. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install the new tire that we're going to put on. We're going to take the tube, put the valve core back in so no air releases, and you want to have a little bit of air in the tube because we're going to insert it into the tire first so that we don't have to try to cram our hands in between the rim and the tire to install the tube once the tire is on the rim. And we're just going to work this tube in here. You can see it's got a little bit of air in it, so it's going to actually push itself away from the rim and be less likely to pinch the tube when you install it with the tire irons. We're going to pull this out just a little bit there. Take a little bit of some type of soap, just a simple green, use Fantastic, Windex, anything you have around. We're just going to make this a little slipperier here. And now we can take and slide the valve stem easily into the rim. We'll take the nut and put on there a little way so it doesn't slide off, so the valve stem doesn't go back into the rim. And now we can take the rim lock and we can set it right into the rim that way, so that's in place. And we're not struggling trying to put the valve stem in once the tire's on. Then we can just work this way around. And since the tube is already in the tire at this point for the first bead, you really don't have to worry about pinching it because it's out of the way. So the first bead is on. We'll put a little bit more soap on this bead here to make that slide on. Okay, we want to make sure, since we're going to end at the rim lock, you can start clockwise or counterclockwise, doesn't matter. And just make sure you don't stick the tire iron in too far to catch the tube. If you use irons that have just a real little loop on them and don't stick in too far, it makes it easier. And since the tube has some air in it already, it stays away from the outside of the tire and is less likely to be grabbed by the tire iron. So you can just work this all the way around. Just slide in tie iron just in ever so slightly so you don't grab the tube. Now we're going to work our way around, and we're going to end right at the rim lock because that's the most dangerous area of pinching the tube. Now we can push that in, which pushes the tube away from the rim and the tire for our last little bite. And on you go. Now we're complete. Put some air in it, tighten up the rim lock, and you're ready to go riding.